Hello everyone, it's Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube. Now let me set this scene for you. You're up on stage, you're playing in front of all your fans. It's coming up to your big moment, your big guitar solo. And then you realise you didn't write one. Starting to write a solo can be a tricky thing to do. It can be made a little bit easier by harnessing the power. Yes, that was an air grab. Harnessing the power of cliches. Let's stick some cliches into a guitar solo. It makes it a bit easier to write. You might end up with one sounding like this. So making use of cliches. Cliches are things that are overused, aren't they? Overdone. There must be a reason why they're overdone. It's because actually they're quite good. They sound cool. If you overuse them, then it gets a bit tiring. But if you're stuck writing a solo, then give this a go. Chuck some cliches in there. Cliche number one that I added into that solo was bending it's hot. It's a hot day today. Bending the root note really high on the guitar. So I'm in E, obviously, cliche. So it was a fret 15 bend. It's an attention grabber. Not only that, but listen how long I did it for. That's 4 bars of music that was just taken up by me going. Just bending up to that root note. I went a bit higher just for variation because I think it sounds nice, but listen to your favourite solos. How many of them start off with a bend at the beginning? Okay, yes, now this next one. Tougher to do live unless you've got another guitarist, but if you're sat at home recording, or you have got another guitarist, try this one. Let's have a listen what I did. Harmonizing. Not just harmonizing, but the biggest cliche of them all, harmonizing in thirds. I'm not going to take a swipe at Iron Maiden. I'm far too savvy to do that. I don't want the hate. Plus, I love Iron Maiden. But it's a bit of a cliche to do harmonizing in thirds. It makes any subpar melody sound cool. Definitely not saying that Maiden's melodies are subpar, but that one that I did that was just something along those lines sounds okay, but when you stick on the harmony, it just sounds cool, but it's really overdone. Use it sparingly. I used to do it for entire solos. Now I don't, I just stick it in occasionally. What was the next one? The next one, okay. Right, I see it there. Massive cliche. Can you tell it's warm? I'm going quite delirious. Massive cliche, but it's a cool one again, and you can adapt it and evolve it and make it sound better and less of a cliche. It's this lick. Yes, the shredder's best friend. Thank you, Eddie Van Halen. Tapping an arpeggio, usually that minor arpeggio. That's fret 12, 15 and 17. 17 first, pull off. Then your little finger hammers on to fret 15, then pull off. It's 4 notes long, but then you play it super fast, you build that coordination, and you just repeat it loads and loads. Okay, the next one. End your solo on a really fast, flashy run, a little bit like this one. Generally speaking, the flashy, fast stuff is the big peak moment of the solo. right at the very end to create that ultimate tension. So even though I did some whatever thing, going up the strings, intervallically, you can put in whatever you've practiced. Hopefully you've got some up your sleeve, some shred licks, things like whatever it is, or whatever those things that you've spent ages and ages and ages on practicing, stick them in at the end. Do a bit more melodic stuff at the beginning, and then at the end, chuck it in. And then the last, most cliche of them all, is to end on as high a bend as possible. And again, usually on the root note, pitch, key note. I've only got 22 frets on this Chervel Sandemus. If I had my Ibanez, I probably would have just slid up to fret 24 because I'm in E. You can find it on, or you can do a dive bomb. Get a bit of a weird tone out of the amp on that one. Anyway, what do you reckon? Have I missed out any cliches? What do you think are the most cliches of them all when it comes to rock and roll music, shred, heavy metal, whatever? Let me know in those comments. And I will see you in the next video. I'm far too hot to do a jam out while the thing pops up saying subscribe and all that, so I am literally just going to sit here fanning myself off for the last 15 seconds of this video. Yes, I am. Feel free to turn it off because this is all I'm going to do. I did warn you.